How's it going, everybody? My name is Nick, and this is my first ever speed run. I've never really done speedruns before, but I saw there was a category for Dead Rising 1 overtime mode, and I just decided to give it a shot. This is nowhere near good. I mean, I've run this maybe 4 times, and this is maybe my 5th run that I actually recorded and kept. But yeah, it's actually a really fun speed run. I've done some Halo before, and that's pretty straightforward. But this has some pretty hardcore RNG that can either completely screw up your run or make you have a good world record holder. But this one, I think I mean, like I said, is a pretty easy speed run. I've maybe like been 2 minutes slower than world record, and I definitely think if I keep at it, I can hold that world record spot. But yeah, right here, I mean, you can see you're in North Plaza. This is where you start off. Go ahead and walk into Wonderland Plaza. And I'm not sure if you are supposed to keep loading times in. I did anyway. I also just cracked open my Xbox and just dusted it all out and made sure it was running nice and cool, just for loading times to be nice and fast. So and you can make your way over to Paradise Plaza. And the reason I don't live stream this is because I've never really live streamed before, and I kind of get fidgety and nervous whenever I'm trying to talk and do this at the same time. So that's why I'm also recording voiceover in post. So as you can see, just make your way over to this way. I actually alerted this guard, which he screwed me up right there, trying to get a nice disembowel or just a head crush or whatever. But if he gets alerted, other ones get alerted, which you just saw back over there. They started chasing me, and they alert this guy right here on my left that I just passed. Kind of annoying if they do shoot you. I luckily got away from him without him hitting me. So just grab some of the more stuff you need, make your way into the warehouse, and then I actually, pretty sure I mess up, yeah, right there, where I get shot and then almost lose my skateboard. My skateboard actually gets pretty beat up. But luckily there were no two security guards there, or whatever you'd call them. Usually there are. It's like a 50-50 maybe of whether they're there or not. Yeah, now that we're on the roof, we're going to go ahead and get into the security office, grab whatever we need over there. I forget what it is, but then the Mega Blaster, which I've seen runs use both the either the Mega Blaster or the sword. I've used the sword like my first couple runs, and then I switched to the Mega Blaster, and I realized it's much easier for me personally to use it. Because with the sword you have to be within a close proximity of them, and then the Mega Blaster you can just hit enemies from who knows how far away. But coming down this way, I think I alerted this guard right here, maybe. Oh, I guess I didn't. And go ahead and miss, then shoot him. Get him, make my way over with the skateboard all the way to the other end of North Plaza. I don't have commentary for my very first run on this, because I did record it and I have kept it just to maybe down the road, if I do get a really nice time, I'll go back and compare the two and just see how much I increased in skill. And maybe I'll do a commentary for that, because it was just god awful. Couple times I have died. Luckily, when you're oh, I didn't even get a knee drop right there. That I'm not too sure if that really saves you some time, but it definitely saves you some health, which definitely comes in handy later on when you're in the supermarket, which the supermarket is probably one of the hardest parts when it comes to health, because with the kind of mercenary guys shooting you up and giving you a hard time, you can definitely get down to 1 square of health. But I'll just make my way back over to Wonderland Plaza over here, and from here we're going to go ahead and grab the magnifying glass. I believe is one of the last things we're going to grab, and it's happened before, I don't think on this run, but this glass right here that I break through, it's knocked me over. If you hit them both the panes at the same time, like that little split they have, if you hit those both at the same time, it has a potential to knock you over and mess you up a little bit. But I try to stay to one side or the other. And that guard that was in there usually never, ever attacks you. I've never had him attack me unless I attack him first. So now we're making our way all the way to the supermarket. When we get into the supermarket, there's going to be a crap ton of mercenary guys. And this is where, if you absolutely need to, you should grab some wine, which is really, really good for bringing your health up. I don't think I get shot off here. Oh, I was wrong. So I'm going to go ahead and... I tried to kill this guy, but I just thought I've killed too much time trying to do that already. So I'm just going to make my way into here and get the get whatever is in the pharmacy. And then I never really go into that box because usually there's not food, and as you can see there wasn't, so I usually just don't even try to go into that box. But yeah, you can see the mercenaries will go ahead and go into that hallway, which is actually relatively easy to kill them all when they're in there. I'm going to grab some wine right here. I should have grabbed 2 and then started drinking them rather than 1, then drink it, then another one, because, you know, just saving time. But go ahead and skateboard your way out of the supermarket. By the way, that wine probably cost me 3 seconds maybe, but in the long run I prefer to grab it just because it's just that little extra cushion of health that could, you know, potentially save your run. Then we're going to make our way back to Carlito's hideout where Isabella is. Go ahead and give her the stuff. One of the most annoying things is getting these vehicles like the motorcycle to stop so you can actually hop up onto or get off the motorcycle, because if you're rolling a little tiny bit you won't even get the option to hop off of it. So we're gonna go ahead and give Isabella the stuff. Go ahead and skip a cutscene right here. I just keep mashing start button, and I think I actually accidentally pull up the start menu for a second. I guess not. But yeah, I've done that a couple times. One of the runs that I ended up just deleting all the video file for completely was fucked up in every way, because I got down to the not the sewer but the tunnel area, and I accidentally hit B to save rather than hold Isabella's hand, and that just completely fucked up my run. I was, you know, that right when you get into the tunnels you're pretty much 90% the way done with the run, and I just completely fucked it up because I got scared and messed up and jittered and all that bad stuff. So now we're going to make our way all the way through Leisure Park. If I see any guys with the little green PP sticker above their heads, that means that they're more than likely have a queen on them. I know they'll come up green if they're struggling with something, if the zombie has fallen over, something like that. But most of the time, the reason why we grab that magazine is because that'll show the little markers above their head, and a majority of the time, if they have a green marker over their head, they'll be a queen carrier. And I get pretty unlucky with finding queens at the beginning. I've definitely had better runs, and I've definitely had worse runs where there were absolutely no queens that I could ever find. As you can see right there, I just saw 2. I'm going to go ahead and run them over, and then I don't even know what I was doing here. Definitely could have saved some time there. But grab the queens, hopefully not do that. If you get bitten, just want to get up as fast as possible and get them off you, because all this just, you know, totally gets rid of some of the good timing you can do. Another thing that really kind of messes me up big time is when it comes to driving the car. Oh, I just threw a queen, which that pissed me off, because you know, you need I think you need 10 queens in total, and I just threw one, so that means I had to find a different one to take that one spot. I think I just completely fidgeted with my hands and just accidentally hit X rather than getting in the car. But now I'm just running around looking for the green little markers above their heads. I go back over to where the parking lot is, because usually if you get too far away from there and come back, they'll be all respawned with a whole bunch of new zombies. As you can see, there is a queen holder right there. I'm gonna go ahead and hop out, grab that one. I can see 2 more or 3 more actually over there, so I got pretty lucky coming back over this way. And then I'm gonna just go ahead and back up and hit that guy. Probably wasn't the smartest idea to get out when all the zombies are around me, but you know, I'm just trying to work fast. And an annoying thing is the queens will kind of get away from you, and I kind of work with where I can hear them. and the closer you get, that's when the little thing pops up that you can see where it is, and at that point you'll go ahead and just know where it is and go pick it up. But you can definitely have them get away from you, where that'll be really unfortunate. So at this point, let's see, I have all but 3, so I just need 3 more queens. And at this point, I kind of like to stay around the watchtower, because that's where the cutscene will go ahead and activate the cutscene. And I always like to stay away from that. I just did something kind of stupid here where I just parked the car directly on the queen to where I can't even pick it up. But yeah, if you activate the watchtower or the clock tower cutscene before you're all done grabbing all the queens, then you'll have a helicopter chasing you around. And I've had it to where the helicopter just completely screws you over with destroying the car. And you know, there's too many live zombies out here to where, you know, you'll hit the zombies with your skateboard, and your skateboard just gets destroyed. But I'm going to go ahead and activate the clock tower cutscene right now. Go ahead and skip that. So when we skip that, all you have to do is just go hop out of the car, grab the generator, which that's right here. Once you grab the generator, you can go ahead and make your way all the way back to Isabella in the North Plaza. I took kind of a weird turn here. I don't know why I did. I guess I thought I was going towards Paradise Plaza. Just, you know, little shit that can be definitely improved with hitting the car on the railing and bouncing and that whole kind of stuff. It's just a whole bunch of different stuff that can be improved with this run. But you can go ahead and skateboard back. If you lose your skateboard, it's really kind of not very fun, because I've had it happen on 2 or 3 runs of mine where I lost a skateboard in one way or another, and the skateboard saves you a lot more time. There is a way to hop up onto that box without having to do it twice. You can just jump once and it'll be on there. But it sometimes will glitch and push you down. And I messed up here. For some reason I thought I was doing the dialogue skip, but you have to stand next to her to activate the cutscene. Once you do that, I hit the start there. As you can see, I've kind of, you know, fidgeted a little bit, and then now this is where you start doing the giving her the queens and doing the dialogue skip. But I'm not very good at it, as you can see, because I'm giving it to her and then I'll go a little too early and she'll start talking to me and I'll have to run away and do it again. It's just all perfect timing with this whole thing right here. And you just basically do this over and over again until you give all however many to her. Once you give them all to her, then you'll have to stand next to her for the last one, which I messed up on a couple times in my previous runs. But once you give them to her, it'll activate a cutscene. So there's the last one. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the cutscene. Just keep mashing start button to just get into the next playable area. Once you do that, you're gonna be with the most annoying part, which is holding Isabella's hand. Once you hold Isabella's hand, it's pretty easy to just have her get knocked off, and she'll like to hang out right here, right next to the save, so you can accidentally hit save like I have before. On any angle like that, she'll get disconnected from you, and it's just the most awkward thing in the world to try to hold her hand and maneuver your way through all these zombies. But hopefully, if you get a good little maneuver going to where you can just find the path of least resistance with these zombies and get her through it. Once you get to the part where you can carry her, it's a hell of a lot easier. I like to just do that whole spinning thing with this move right here. Unfortunately, it made me lose my Mega Buster, which I didn't even realize until it was too late. But I was looking around for it and I picked up that hunk of meat. But you can go ahead and walk around and try to hold Isabella's hand as much as possible, as much as she'll let you. But just make your way through. These parts are pretty annoying because it's just really tight quarters, and any little thing that bumps Isabella will, you know, disconnect her from you. But like I said, the path of least resistance is usually what I like to go with. But with this run, I was kind of just going. I was trying to make her my way to the door, and actually, at this point, it was the most annoying thing because I kept holding her hand, picking up a hunk of meat, and I just tried to get to that door, and eventually I hit it. But that can be pretty annoying if there's like a piece of meat or something that's right next to the door. and then you'll just keep hitting that. But right here, I've never had a time where Isabella doesn't get disconnected from me on that little downhill slope. But you could get lucky. Like I said, I've only ran this 4 or 5 times, so I'm still completely a beginner. But you can just make your way through here with the area with the least amount of zombies. Go ahead and open this gate right here. Once you let Isabella in, just go ahead and do the little spinning move that I like to do. Sometimes I'll grab a zombie by the feet and do that whole spinning move, but that makes you dizzy. If you do it too often, Frank will get dizzy, and then he'll just kind of like stand there for a second and that whole thing. And then Isabella does this stupid little thing where she's like asking you to come on even though you're right next to her. But once you get to this downhill part, like this little, just downhill area, you basically just straightforward book it until you hit the cutscene wall. Once you do that, that's when Isabella hurts her ankle, and you can carry her. Unfortunately, it's only like 20 feet to where it's useful, but nonetheless, you can actually carry her, and she's less of a nuisance. So we hit the cutscene right there. Go ahead and mash start button. Once I do that, just hop down from the save point. Go ahead and pick her up, and then we'll make our way over to the switch. And then once we hit the switch, I'm not pretty sure it's not on this run, but I have had a run where when we're leaving, there's a little ledge that you hop off of, and I've had it where Isabella will fall off of me. And I've never had that before except for maybe one run. So I'll show you guys that ledge right now as I'm walking down. It's going to be this ledge right about here where I'm walking down, and if I hit it straight on, usually it won't ever happen, but if you hit it at an angle, she might fall off. And I didn't even notice this, but you have to have Isabella pretty close to the car to get in. So once I get in, go ahead and mash start again for the tank part. And the tank part I'm pretty terrible at, because that's really just trying to aim for those little green lights right there. And my Xbox 360 controller is pretty old, so the analog sticks are a little sticky and stiff and all that, so moving around is pretty difficult when it's trying to hit this. I feel like I did pretty well. I could have done better. I definitely can, but it's all just going to come with practicing more and doing that whole thing. But my downfall is definitely Brock. Brock is probably my Achilles heel. He is just so terrible to fight. Any little thing, he'll push you off, and you'll have to make your way through the crowds of zombies. And there's so many zombies on screen that the Xbox can't even handle it, that you'll start, getting really slow with the frame rate going down and that whole thing. So Brock is definitely something that I need to work on when it comes to this run. But it can definitely be improved, and I'm not too familiar with tactics in order to get him quickly. I have seen other runs where people get pretty lucky with the kind of moves he does and how he gets knocked over sometimes, but I've never had Brock fall off the tank, not even once, ever since I've owned this game, not even speedrunning it. But I've seen runs where people have Brock fall off the tank. I've seen runs where he'll get defeated in within 2 minutes, or not 2 minutes, but within 2 hits or something like that. They'll just absolutely destroy him, and it's just really, really, I don't want to say lucky, but they're definitely better than me. But yeah, if it weren't for the Brock fight being so terrible on my end, then I definitely think I would be pretty good for getting world record. So once we defeat the tank, Brock's gonna go ahead and get out. And at this point, I'm 10 seconds away from world record. If I could beat him in 10 seconds, I would have it, but obviously I'm not going to. I got a pretty lucky knee drop right there on him. Anytime he does that, I kind of take that as a, easy way to get some damage put on him, but I kind of freaked out and just kicked him, I think, and he blocked it. But as soon as he starts kicking me off and all the zombies start getting around the tank, it's one of the most annoying things. But I find just trying to like dodge his attacks and then maneuvering around him, it'll probably be your best bet to getting a blow to his back, which will probably be the most damage. And I slide off the tank a couple times here. Every run I've seen, he's never gotten anybody in a headlock, but he gets me in a headlock all the time. Like I said, he just, again, here we go. Yeah, Brock is definitely something I need to improve on. Unfortunately, it's the very last part of the run, so it's pretty difficult to just practice with it when you have to go through the entire run just to get to this part. Can't really just load up a save for getting to him, even though you still have to fight the tank and all that. So it's definitely a hard thing to practice. But you know, every run, the whole run, even if you do it slow, will take 30 minutes. So it's pretty fast compared to other runs that you can do. And as far as I know, there's no glitches on this run or anything like that. So right here, I get a good knee drop on him, and then he has the tiniest little bit of health, which I think is absolute bullshit because he should definitely be dead. But unfortunately, I get kicked off. I'm going to go ahead and run, miss, and then I think I get a good kick right there, and that's where I stop the time at 20 minutes, 43 seconds, and 976 milliseconds. I don't really think anyone counts the milliseconds, but yeah, that was my Dead Rising speed run. Like I said, first, actually fifth maybe speed run of this game that I've done. I definitely want to do more. Like I said, I've done some Halo 3. Nowhere near world record for Halo 3 because Halo 3 is just, you know, very popular along with all the other Halo games. Very popular. So definitely a lot of competition. But I saw this game and thought, you know, I love this game to death. Definitely think it has enough people to where it'll be a challenge, but pretty much doable for a world record holder. So I definitely want to maybe improve my run with this and hopefully hold the world record spot.